Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're jumping ahead, just a couple of years, to 2026. Why? Because we really need to talk about the massive shifts AI is about to bring to, well, pretty much everything. Our jobs, our economy, and our whole society. So let's kick things off with this really powerful idea from Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn. Just think about that for a second. This isn't just about faster computers. This is a total shift in how we work with technology. It's about our devices becoming true partners that work for us, even when we're not looking. So our first big topic, your new AI coworker. And no, I'm not talking about some far-off sci-fi future. This is happening right now in our workflows. We're about to see a huge leap from AI as a simple tool, like a calculator or a spell checker, to AI as an actual autonomous teammate. And the magic word you're going to hear everywhere? It's agents. So what is an AI agent really? It's not just another chatbot where you type in a question and get an answer. No. Think of it more like a proactive assistant. You give it a goal, a real goal, like, hey, organize all the quarterly sales data and then build me a presentation. And then it just goes and does it. It figures out the steps, uses the right software, and pulls it all together, all while you're off doing something else. It's a doer, not just a talker. Okay, but it gets even cooler. It's not just about having one of these agents. Because let's be real, who wants to micromanage a bunch of AIs one by one? The real leap forward is what's called orchestration. This is where you manage a whole team of specialized agents, each one an expert at something different, and have them work together on really complex projects. It's exactly like being a conductor for a digital orchestra. And this isn't a maybe someday thing. Hoffman is predicting that by the end of 2026, this kind of workflow will be absolutely essential. Just picture this. Every single meeting in your company is automatically recorded, then an agent watches it, figures out the key decisions, creates action items, and then, get this, goes and updates your project management software for you. This isn't just about saving a bit of time, it's about literally amplifying the intelligence of the entire organization. Okay, so that all sounds pretty amazing, right? But of course, a change this huge, this fast, it's going to cause some friction. It's inevitable. With any technology this disruptive, you're going to get a backlash. And here's a really fascinating prediction. AI is probably going to become the go-to scapegoat for, well, everything. Why are egg prices so high? AI! But here's the thing. While those kinds of fears are mostly made up, Hoffman says the real disruptions are going to get more intense. Real jobs are going to change, especially for people like programmers, and companies are going to be looking for a whole new set of skills. So what's the takeaway here? The crucial point isn't to deny that this is happening. As Hoffman puts it, we're heading into Category 10 rapids. It's going to be intense, but if you're going to tell people we're heading for the rapids, you better offer them some paddles too. It's all about equipping people for the journey, not just scaring them. All right, so what's the fuel for this fire? What's driving this change so incredibly fast? For that, let's turn to investor Mark Andreessen. He says it's an economic engine unlike anything we've ever seen, and it's powered by these two huge, almost contradictory forces. Force number one is just pure raw demand. Take a look at this. AI companies are making money at a speed that just blows every other tech wave out of the water. We're talking faster than the early internet, faster than the mobile revolution. That tells you that businesses and regular people are seeing real value right now. Now, at the very same time, you have this second force, and this one is kind of wild. The cost of the main ingredient for AI, which is basically intelligence, is collapsing. The price you pay for a token, which is like a tiny unit of AI brainpower, is dropping faster than Moore's law ever did for computer chips. So you get this hyper-deflation, making AI cheaper and easier to get your hands on, which of course just fuels even more innovation and demand. It's a crazy cycle. But this amazing technology isn't just happening in a bubble. Not at all. It's actually the main event in a super intense global competition. Andreessen sees it as nothing less than a high-stakes race between superpowers. And right now, it's pretty much a two-horse race, the US versus China. On the US side, you've got the names you know, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, the big tech giants. But don't sleep on China. They have this incredible ecosystem of their own, with companies like DeepSeek and Moonshot AI, and believe me, they are catching up at an unbelievable speed. And inside this big race, there's this really interesting strategic debate going on. Is bigger always better? On one side, you have these massive, what some people call God models. These are the Einsteins of AI that need supercomputers to run. But then you've got this whole other revolution of small, super efficient models that can run right on your laptop or even your phone. And the crazy part? These little guys are often just as smart as the big models were only 6 to 12 months ago. The pace is just staggering. Okay, so for our last big idea, to make that next huge leap, to get to the next level of AI, we might have to break some rules. Some of the fundamental, unwritten rules that have guided how we build AI up until now. Which brings us to a really fascinating question. Which one of these AI commandments are we going to break first? What's the one thing we all just assume about building AI that might actually be holding us back? Well, Reid Hoffman has some ideas. For example, maybe we have to give up on full interpretability. This idea that we have to understand every single thing the AI is doing. What if we let agents coordinate in ways that are a black box to us, if it gets the job done faster? Or what about perfect human alignment? The idea that an AI should always agree with us. Maybe we need models that can actually argue with us, play devil's advocate, to come up with truly creative solutions. And all of this really leads to one final huge question for all of us. As these autonomous agents start managing more and more of our work, what new, more human work will we create for ourselves? What's next for us? That's something to think about. Thanks for tuning into this explainer.